So I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are in the United States of America. You see that? It says California. Okay? And so that means that we drive in the United States of America. And I think it's common sense to assume that traffic laws and traffic etiquette varies depending on what country you live in. Right? I think that's a pretty easy assumption to make. But for some reason, there's always some snobby, smug European that comments on not just my car channel, but like just other car channels too, right? There's always some European that has some smart ass remark to make. And so I decided today, I'm just gonna educate you Europeans out there on US traffic etiquette. And before I rub anyone off the wrong way, I love you Europeans, okay? I lived in Germany before, I lived in Poland, I studied abroad in France. I lived a very blessed life. And I also noticed that like this channel for some reason is doing really well in terms of viewership in Europe. And so shout out to you guys. However, you know how like I talked shit about US car enthusiasts being fucking annoying, and you know, that video did pretty well. I take that back. I think my least favorite is becoming one of those smug car enthusiasts in Europe, right? Those people who are like, oh my God, I don't know why Americans make such a big deal about manual transmissions. Yeah, maybe because everyone drives an automatic here. Like, I get that you and your grandma and your sister drive manual, but that's in your country. We live in different countries, bro. Different cultures. Like, it kind of makes sense. Oh my God, that was a pure Segway. Wait, what? What? Anyways, sorry if I am a little bit aggravated. I don't know if you watched my other video, but I'm still recovering from some things in my life, okay? And second of all, I'm actually just gonna be honest with you guys, right? I made $840 off of YouTube AdSense in the first month of monetization, which is amazing. Crazy. I know, like, thank you so much. But I did something stupid with my AdSense account, and now I'm not monetized for the next 32 days. So the next 8 videos, I'm guessing, or maybe even more, but yeah, the next 8 to 9 videos, I'm gonna make 0 money off of it. And you know, just with like human nature, when you see some dollar signs and then now you're thinking about not seeing those dollar signs, it kind of stresses you out. Like, I never meant to make this channel my job or anything like that, but like, dude, $850 in a month, that's pretty fucking good. And I was hoping to see that number go up, but this next month, I'm gonna make $0. So, it is what it is. I'm just gonna let out that anger on Europeans just because I woke up this morning and I see a fucking another comment talking about how fucking, why are you going slow in the left lane? Like, okay, right here, right now. There's 2 lanes right here. We got the left turn lane right here. So I'm guessing in Europe, when you got 2 lanes like this is the passing lane, and that's the traffic lane. I don't fucking know the term. I guess it's illegal to overtake on the right lane in Europe. I'm guessing from your fucking dumbass comment, okay? Well, that shit doesn't apply in the United States unless you're in a 2-lane freeway and we have a physical sign that says slow traffic, keep right. Okay? That's the only instance in the United States of America where the left lane becomes a passing lane. We have like 6-lane highways in California. We have 5 or 6 lanes here, and then we have the carpool lane. The carpool lane is for cars with 2 or more people, maybe 3 or more people sometimes. So unless you are carpooling with another person in that vehicle, you cannot be in the furthest left lane. That's called the carpool lane. Even here, right now, this is not a passing lane. We just have 2 lanes because we have that many fucking people. And in the United States of America, we just build more lanes to fight congestion. We don't think about educating the public about maybe passing lanes and, you know, traffic etiquette. And like, we don't tell people, oh, slower traffic should keep right and faster people should pass on the left. We just build more lanes. That's America. Even in our 6-7 lane highways, we don't really have a concept of a passing lane. There's a lot of car enthusiasts who understand that concept about how maybe faster traffic should keep left, but the general public has never been educated on that, and they don't follow that. And in the United States, when we see a car overtake traffic on the right side like this, no one gives a shit. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it again. When we have 3 lanes like this in regular traffic with stoplights, there is no passing lane, okay? You stay in this lane if this lane's going faster, or you want to take a left soon, or you stay in this lane if this lane's faster, or you want to take a right soon. It doesn't matter. No one cares. No one cares, okay? All right, now moving on. I think that kind of wraps up traffic etiquette. Okay, I think I might have chose the wrong topic for this video because that's all I really wanted to say. But so you know what, now I'm just gonna move on to talking shit about European car enthusiasts, because at this point I've gotten way too many comments from all these Europeans just talking about this and that and fucking everything. Let me just set something straight with you Europeans real quick, okay? I don't care if some car was designed for British B roads or to be yeah, I don't care if this car was designed for the Autobahn. When you see American car reviewers or American car channels talking about cars and talking about how it handles on the street, I think it's kind of common sense to assume that we're talking about it as it applies to our current situation, which is in the United States of America. Like even that one video, right? When I'm talking shit about the Volkswagen GTI, and you're like, well, it's your road choices. Well, these are the roads I fucking drive on every day, bro. Of course I'm gonna talk about it on these roads. See, like, I understand that like a lot of car journalists, they review cars on how it handles on the track and how it handles on back roads and canyons and all, like, you know, at the limits. And then they talk about the driving dynamics of that thing. Well, reality is, unless you live in the UK with some British back roads as your fucking commute all the time, that's not your everyday driving condition. Like I talked about this in the GR86 video. I said that like this car is great at 8, 9 tenths and it's really fun. But the truth is, when you're driving on these public roads that mostly go straight, it's just not enjoyable. And I don't care how big of a driving enthusiast you are, reality is, you're gonna use your car to commute most of the time. That's the truth. Like think about this, right? I'm in California and there's a Lamborghini Huracan. Nice. Is that the STO? No way. Is it? Is that an STO? It is an STO. Ooh wee. Ooh. Okay, honestly, I guess we're just gonna vent today. Like even Huracan STO. Let me tell you why I don't see the point in even having a Lamborghini like that. Because most of the fucking time, you're driving here. Why would I fucking buy a $200,000, $300,000 car just to drive here most of the time? Like that person's not taking it out to the track. That person's probably not taking it out to the canyons because he's scared of fucking rock chips. I can't talk today. It's unnecessary. Like someone's commented about how they lost respect for me because I talked shit about the GR86 and the Porsche that we used to have. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna drive a Lamborghini and I'll probably say the same thing. I'm gonna be like, well, like people keep looking at me. I don't like how that feels. And this is absolutely unnecessary for everyday driving. Like, I'm sorry, but like that's probably what I'll say. I know that like there's a lot of you guys who watch my channel and you guys have a GR86, right? And I know that you guys are fucking absolute enthusiasts and you do track days or take it to back roads and canyons. Reality is, like this is just my assumption, but reality is I think 90% of GR86 owners, they're not gonna take it to the track. Even though it should be, they're not gonna take it to the track. They might take it to the canyons twice. Like that's what the average person does. Realistically, going off of that, I understand that, like, for a lot of you Europeans, everybody you know drives a manual transmission. And so it might seem a little bit funny when you, what are you honking for? Just let him be, man. Chill. What was that for? What was that for? Why'd you have to brake like that? Now I forgot what the fuck I was talking about, dude. Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, okay, I get that, like, for a lot of you Europeans, a manual transmission is like pizza in New York. You don't understand why everyone's making a big deal out of it. It's just pizza. But like I said again, it's probably because in the United States of America, we don't get that much pizza. Well, we do. We don't get that many manual transmissions. What kind of idiot do you have to be to watch American content and talk shit about it for being American? Like, are you fucking stupid? Whew. Okay. Oh, now I feel a little bit better. Yeah. Anyways, you are just on your phone. You're on your phone. Here I am, fucking overtaking on the right lane again. Oh. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, like I said before, we're not making any money for the next month, which is kind of a big bummer. However, I think the channel's still doing pretty well, and so I should probably invest more time and energy into it. And so I was thinking, right, I made $850. Granted, I couldn't even take it out. I'm sure at some point in the future I can take that money out. And so I might use those $850 to buy sway bars for this car. Because I think the sway bars were $650, and I'll either install it myself or call a mechanic to do it for like $150, and that'll be around $800. Plus tax, whatever, $850, and then I can make a video titled YouTube money paid for my upgraded suspension or some bullshit like that, and we can continue on making content. So that's probably what I'll do. Once again, thank you so much for allowing that to happen, because without you watching, that wouldn't happen. I still don't understand why you guys like the yapping, but I'm not upset about it. Oh, and join the Discord. I'm gonna start a Discord because a lot of you guys want me to try various cars. There's a ton of comments just telling me to try out this car and that car, and dude, I don't know where to get these cars. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start a Discord, and if you live in the Southern California area and you'd be down for me to try driving your car and for us to, I guess, just have a little play date, join the Discord and reach out to me, please. I'd love to try driving your car. Reach out to me at your own risk, and only reach out to me if you have thick skin about your car and you don't make your car your entire personality. Besides that, we could also use the Discord to just talk, connect, you know, create a little community where we can just ask people for information about cars or whatever. I think it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet because I haven't even opened that Discord. I just got that idea while driving right now. Yeah, also join the Discord because I'm gonna stop replying to comments so much because I can't reply to every single one. But then when I do reply to one person, I feel obligated to reply to the rest of you guys, right? Because it just feels like I'm picking and choosing. So join the Discord, and then there I'll just try to respond to everything.